Welcome back to the Party Hills podcast. I am your host, B.I.G. Venti, alongside
Chante Wayans.
And today's guest is a very special guest. You know what I'm saying? This artist actually has her own genre, Trapfro. And I know, Chante, you've been wanting to go to Africa for a while. So I brought the Africa to the Party Hills, but I started at the top, Nigeria. Come on now. Today's guest, you probably know this guest already. He's in the millions on the followings. Megastar, international star. Happy to have him here in LA. Welcome to Los Angeles, Young Six.
Hey man, thanks you guys so much.
Hey.
Man. Really appreciate it. It's good to be here. What's happening in LA?
Hey, come on now.
Hey, yo, the LA accent. We got to learn the Nigerian accent because it's fire.
No shaking. I'm here. I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Hey.
Well, man. So Chante and I, we've never been to Africa, right? And
okay.
What's the one special thing about Africa or even in Nigeria that we need to discover that we don't know about yet?
The food.
Yeah,
first thing is the food. Like, it's just, we have over 100 different tribes in Nigeria, so there's so much food from different regions. Like, there's people from parts of Nigeria that never tried foods from other parts of Nigeria. Like, that's how much food we have over there.
Hey, how are we gonna catch up? Nigerians ain't tried Nigerian food.
Listen, man, I'm coming with him. We about to go.
You guys are
back to Nigeria.
You guys are invited. I feel like Nigeria is a place that everybody needs to visit at least once in their lifetime.
Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of I'm not gonna say vibe. Nigeria is an experience on its own.
Yeah.
Like, if you come, you see what I'm saying. Like, our culture, the art over there, the people over there, the spirit over there is really something that I feel like a lot of people could tap into, and tap from, Yeah, man.
That's a vibe in itself. Yeah. I love how there's a certain perception of Africa as a whole, and it's one of the most beautiful places when you get to just step inside and really see it for yourself. So save me a ticket.
Say less.
I mean, now you talked up Nigeria, talking about the food. Like, has any LA food impressed you yet? Just a little bit? Do we have anything that
the fake
like
Nigerian spots? You found any Nigerian spots?
Tell your people back home, you know what I'm saying?
The Nigerian spots, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I can't recommend.
Oh,
I can't recommend.
we got to do better, LA.
Yeah,
anytime I'm out, I'm on YouTube trying to whip something up for myself.
But you don't even eat out anymore.
No.
But hold up. I know, I met you through the legend OFB Young, and he's from Inglewood. I heard there's some Nigerian spots in Inglewood, man.
Yeah, there's some Nigerian spots in Inglewood, but they're not Nigerian, I swear. Like,
they're Americanized. That's what it is. They're
at the end of the day, I don't blame them, because they're just people that, they're looking at the market like, oh, there's Nigerians here. There's people that need this food. So it's just somebody with an idea, did a business. Yeah. They're probably doing the best that they can, but, coming from the motherland, that's not what it is. But as a hustler, you just have to respect and support them sometimes. But it's like, I know what Nigerian food's supposed to taste like.
Let me tell you something. You don't have the accent. When I go to Jamaican spots and stuff, if you're not angry at me on the hello, I'm not eating the food. Okay. So I need the whole...
Yeah.
But it's good. You out here. First off, did you start music in Nigeria?
Yes, I did. I started music. It's funny, the Michael Jackson movie is out right now, but my introduction to music was dancing through watching Michael Jackson and idolizing him and learning his, moves and all that. And that's how I fell in love with music. And then I remember watching the video with Diddy and B.I.G where they acted like they were kids. And I was a kid. I didn't know. I'm like, kids could rap too. So I started rapping as a kid, thinking that they were actually kids rapping in the video. So, that's how my journey started, when it comes to music. So yeah, that's how I started in Nigeria.
Venti, you know what question I usually ask.
Yeah, go for it. Ask a big question.
Do you remember your first rhyme?
No, I don't. I don't.
As the kid.
No, I don't. I have like almost 160 something release records, like
Wow.
7 projects. I just released my 8th project last week Friday. It's called Big Six.
Big Six.
You know, yeah. So like,
You know, I saw it on your profiles, like Big Venti, Big Six. I like the Big Six one. I like the
The
Big
connection, I
Six.
got to change mine to Big Tay.
yeah.
So-
You know.
Get you.
But yeah, I got an album coming out too called Warri to Los Angeles, which
Nice.
is like kind of like tell us out my story, you know, from where I'm from and where I'm at.
Fire.
You know, so yeah, like I just have so much music. It's so hard. you
Yeah,
know.
to pen.
Like every time I go for an event now, and my DJ is like, "What songs are we doing?" If it's like 5 records or 10 records or 20 records, I have to go and listen to every record again and
Yeah,
make sure
yeah.
like, oh, I'm on it. You know, because I have so much records out
Yeah.
there.
I like that you mentioned the DJ, and I feel like a lot of the times, especially as a performer as big as you, the DJ is like the uncelebrated hero. A lot of people don't know how important the DJ is.
Yeah.
So talk to us about how you picked your DJ, you know what I'm saying, the selection process, and then the kind of communication you got to have with the DJ to do a good show.
Me, I like either the raw talent or the potential. So I would rock with someone off their potential, or I would rock with someone off their skill. And if it's skill, I have high standards even for myself. Like
Right.
making hip hop just wasn't like that's okay. Everybody can make hip hop, but what can I bring to the space in a way where I'm contributing to what already exists? You feel me? So it's like, that's what I put into consideration too. Like, am I helping this person, or is this person gonna elevate my performance? Like, is this person helping me? So that's what I put into considerations. And there's a talent that I want to support and help uplift through, you know, having him experience what a set like mine looks like,
Yeah.
or is someone that like, I'm like, nah, I got to take this crowd to another level. So I'm going there with this guy,
Yeah.
because he's going to do that for me.
So you have several DJs you collab with.
Yes, I
love
do.
that.
Do you have a favorite show that stands out in your mind, like some performance that you did that you were just like, wow, this is incredible?
It has to be 3 different ones, and they're all in Nigeria. O2 Arena in London was really dope too, but the ones in Nigeria, there's 2 stadiums, one in my city and one in the east. The one in the east was crazy. It was like almost 20,000 people.
Wow.
One in my city was like over like 5K people and stuff like that. So it's like, it was just thrilling to see how much people, you know, love the music, appreciated the music, and even like, you know the records, like all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's always spirit lifting as an artist to see that and experience that. It gives you it gives me a form of satisfaction that's worth more than money.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man.
Especially from where you're from, you know, being in your city, your hood, and being able to see your own people celebrate that. It has to just mean so much more for the hood and what you can become when you know, push hard. That's amazing. I was gonna ask too, what was the difference? What was the different vibe versus outside of how many people were in the audience? But that vibe out in America versus Nigeria. But I can't even imagine going to my city and just being like, look at this. This is my whole block here.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I remember my first concert was very special to me because we didn't have that much sponsors. It was me and my boys that put it together, and I wanted everything to be like kind of like perfect and stuff like that. But there was so much delays. I ended up not coming on stage till like 2 a.m. in the morning. And my city is not a place that's like the safest place. So even the city told me I needed to, shut down the event like 12. But at 12, nobody pressed me to shut it down. And at 2 a.m., I was going in and everybody was waiting for me to get on that stage.
Were they mad?
I'm like, nah. Like, I was performing, the lights went out, and the crowd started using their voices to, like, just be the music.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
It was a magical moment for me.
Wow.
So
It's a different kind of energy, huh, when you're on that stage.
Yeah, and people don't get mad. People are mad up until the person hits the stage. Lauryn Hill, I heard, takes hours sometimes to do her stuff, but it's like an artist like that. I just need her to come to stage. But I'm gonna complain, of course, because I want to see it, and that's the dope thing. When you step on that stage, it just kills. I wanted to ask, coming from Nigeria, and what is something that you had to unlearn, if anything, in this global like music industry?
So many things. Me and my peers were like the backbone of the Afrobeat that's like big in the world right now.
Yeah.
So we started doing a lot of things ourselves. Like I was the first, hip hop artist to do a concert that big in my city. I'm the most followed artist out of my city, and I'm the first to like hit like 1 million followers on social media platforms and stuff like that. So we're still like in our early stages of like Afrobeat. Like for example, Spotify didn't come to Nigeria till 2021. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't download Spotify on your phone. People weren't consuming music with like internet stuff. They have places that they go to, they pay a little money and they give them all the music they need in their library. So that's what we're coming from. And now, transitioning into like streaming and stuff like that. So a lot of the things that are happening there, it's like we're like the first adopters, kind of, So it's like we're experimenting and showing them how it's, meant to be done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So coming here, there's so many things I had to like unlearn or add to the knowledge that I already knew, and I can't really pinpoint because even aside from music, real life experiences too, coming from there and being here sometimes, there's different things that I had to like, learn, because when I'm here, I get to experience being more of myself than when I'm in Nigeria. Like I can't move without security over there. Like I can't just like I'm riding a scooter out here. I can't. I've had a scooter for like 3 years in Nigeria. There's no way.
He like a Mel Beyonce out there.
How am I gonna ride this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like I get to experience freedom. And just be myself. I'm able to go to the beach and write a song. Like little things like that.
Do you enjoy that more? Or do you enjoy connecting with the fans back home more?
I enjoy connecting with the fans, but I also enjoy the freedom, the fact that like I could walk down the street and not bother about anybody recognizing me, caring about what I do. I think that's the thing. The fact that like they always care about what you do and you always want to make something out of them. Sometimes I just want to chill, like, like if we going for lunch tomorrow, I just want to go for lunch tomorrow. Like I don't want to like, take pictures or whatever. Maybe because I haven't gotten a haircut or for whatever reason. I just don't want to be young 6.
Yeah.
At that moment,
I'm taking off.
I'm
I'm using my real name.
Feel me?
It's hard to create and come up with new concepts when you're in that environment where you don't have breaks, mental breaks. Here, would you say on this trip in particular, has it put you in a more creative zone in terms of songwriting and stuff like that?
Yes, and I've been pushing myself more too, cause I've made records that I didn't expect to go certain ways, and they went certain ways just cause maybe I was with a producer and like, well, like he was just making a beat, and I just like did whatever on it on a record that maybe I would traditionally not go on. So that's one thing that being out here really I really love about, being out here, like being able to like, experiment on like new music and stuff like that.
Who got more rhythm, the producers in LA or the producers in Nigeria?
It depends on the sound. Like, it depends on the sound.
Nigeria, you can't, let me tell you something, the way they move, there's nothing that they can't move to out here. I don't care what song it is.
Yeah, man. We love, Nigerians love to dance. And I think for me too, that's one of the unique things about Trapfro. Whether it's the Afrobeat song or it's my hip hop songs, I want you to be able to move while you're listening to me somehow. You know, I want you to be motivated, either like it's mentally or it's like rhythm when you have to literally move your body.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one thing in common with my music. I always want people to be able to move their body to it, dance to it, nod their head to it, feel, you know, have their spirit lifted by it and stuff like that.
And Young Six, were you the first to introduce hip hop into Afrobeats?
I'm not gonna say I was the first to introduce hip hop. There were other rappers before me, and all due respect to them, but a lot of them never really tried to promote trap the way I did mainstream. Because obviously Afrobeat is like the first commercial language out there. So regardless of if you're a rapper or not, you have to have the Afrobeat hit records for the people. You feel me? So for me, regardless of having the Afrobeat hits, I would still go all out and take my trap records mainstream. And I was able to get a couple of hit records doing that a couple of rappers can really, you know, boast about, because, you know, which is understandable, you know, but I have such like a unique audience, and, you know, they rock with some of the trap records that I've been putting out.
Was there some like heavy Afrobeats fans being like, why are you rapping on this? I just want the Afrobeats. Was there some resistance?
Oh, there's people that love to hear me sing. There's people that love to hear me rap. So I understand over time that like, as I'm growing, I'm having different, how do I put it now? Different demography of fans. So there's fans that like, they've been fans since last year, and there's fans that they've been fans since like 8 years ago, and there's some of them is from like 10 years ago. And there's some from 10 years ago that don't know some of the records I put out within like 2-3 years span, but then they knew the record I put out last year. And then there's fans that knew all the new records and they don't know some of the old records. So it's like, I now understand the process that it's about carrying everybody along. And that was one of the things I learned about during NBA Youngboy's concert that he did. Because as an artist, right, you're always worried sometimes when you want to go on stage, and you're worried about what population of the crowd knows certain records. And you put that first, you know, when you're trying to make your list or whatever. But I realized that the NBA Youngboy concert, like, sometimes it's 30% of the crowd singing the song. Sometimes it's 50%, and sometimes it's 100%. But it's like everybody matters, and that's really what makes your catalog. You feel me? So that's another thing I learned, you know, over time. One of the things I learned being out here recently.
It's very interesting to me to see, like, you know, artists who I think are super dope, or just in general. Like, I think that you want to go. I love showing up to a place and seeing the opening acts, and partially because I feel like it's a new energy, it's a hungry stage, it's something different. I like them. I just like to see what they're gonna bring to the show. But I think it's interesting to. Do you feel like you have to? How do I say this? Like, when connecting with the audience, if they don't know any of your songs, what does that look like? Because for me, when I get on stage, I don't even look at the crowd. People think I'm looking at them, and I look straight all the way in the back, unless, you know, I feel a certain vibe and I connect with the audience. But what is that like, having to perform in front of a new setting that people might not know you?
So picking the right record is very important, and having the right DJ at that point in time is one of the most important things that could help you, you know, connect with the fans. You need to look at the artists that perform before you, or the artist that's going to perform after you. Look at the tempo that they might start with. Look at the tempo of the last artist that performed. Look at what the energy is at, and then pick a song that matches that energy. You go in with that song, you stop the record, maybe you introduce yourself, or you perform a record that makes the audience feel like they're the part of the song. Maybe a sing-along that's easy to sing along, 1 part, 2 part, you know, or if it's a place where like, you're not even sure, you just go with like the record that everybody tells you, everybody hears it for the first time, then like, this is wow, even if it's just the intro or whatever it is, you know.
My man got scientific with it. I'm never going to watch a concert the same way again. There's a lot of factors you have to learn, huh?
Yeah. And that's why I was saying it's mind blowing, because sometimes I see people and I go, they are amazing. But, you know, if you don't know the words, I'm not going to lie. I also go to certain places, and if I'm looking for a specific artist and they don't sing at least 1 or 2 songs that I know, I'm upset. I gotta feel a part of the show, and that's my ego. But I also enjoy hearing great music too. I just want to sing along a little bit.
I know.
I'm the fan and the artist as well.
You got to sometimes.
I know. We talk a lot about mental health on the show. And you know, through your time and your journey and stuff with doing this, how do you approach your artistry and your creativity when things are when life is lifing?
Man, I don't even know if I have all the answers for that. You know what I mean? But I always have the answers for other people most of the time, because I started from zero, you know. I went to Lagos from Warri with like $6 in my pocket, and it was a friend that borrowed me the money.
Yeah.
You know, so I started my dream with $6, literally.
Wow.
So, you know, life is gonna life, and your challenges in life are only as big as your dreams. You know, if you wanted to settle for where you are, you wouldn't really need to work another day, you know, but we keep pushing, we keep wanting more. And the reason we want more is the reason we face the challenges we face. So once you understand that concept alone, it's easier for you to, like, you know, go through moments, you know, because I've been through life-threatening situations where I felt like I almost lost my life. And I realized that even this moment right now with you guys, it's a luxury moment, because the first currencies in life is good health and freedom. You need that to have a dream. You need that to think of having a job. You need that to even have bills. If you're in jail or you're in the hospital bed, you're fighting for your life and your freedom. You're not worried about bills or whatever. So all these moments, once you start being grateful for these moments, this is the luxury right here. This is the first luxury in life, you know? So once you start being grateful and more appreciative, it's easy for me to, you know, just go through it, whatever it is. So yeah, that's what it is.
Come on, Vaughn.
Once you made it in this grateful spirit, you know, once you made it to where you are today, are there people along the way who helped you that you felt I need to turn back and thank them or do something for them?
Always, definitely always. There's people I still owe a Benz, so it's definitely coming. A couple of people, you know. So yeah, man, I'm forever grateful, because I know that, you know, regardless of the fact that I push myself a lot, it's the people around me that are the main reasons why I'm able to be here today. Like, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Young, you know, and then you. So it's like, you know, it's the people around me that really, they just like blessings. They're like currencies that, you know, it's spent in different ways. And that's why you see Young 6 here today.
That's incredible, man.
So,
and we're so grateful to have you here. You mentioned that you have a new album coming up, the album about LA.
Yeah.
Are there any experiences you've had while you're here in this city that made it to the album and the lyrics?
Oh, definitely a lot. Like, I've been to so many places in the world, but like, LA is definitely a special place for me. You know, LA is definitely a special place for me. LA and South Africa, like, they're really special to me. I love the culture out here, like the real LA culture, not the Hollywood culture. Yeah. Like the real LA culture, you know, I love on Sundays out here. You know, I love, the car culture and, you know what I mean? The beaches, the weather. It's like Nigeria from January to December.
Yeah.
You know, the weather is just like it is in Africa. That's why when I'm here, like I could dress same way I dress. Like my clothes just fit right in.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But it's not like that when I go anywhere else. You know.
And
so yeah, man. And everything is here. You know, Recording Academy. You know, the BET Awards. You know, the different cultures and different types of people that you see, the plethora of food, you know, it's just, and then Santa Monica is one side, you go to Venice, it's a different experience,
Yeah.
you go to Inglewood, it's a different experience, you go to Long Beach, it's a different experience, and then you get to see all this, you know, this legendary and iconic locations that hip hop was built from.
Yeah.
And we see that you collaborated with some LA legends like The Game. Shout out The Game.
Oh man, God
Zing.
bless The Game. That being in the studio with The Game was a dream come true. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't take that moment for granted. I don't, man. Like my first crew in high school, the name was D Unit because bro. Like I idolized G Unit. Like my the reason why there's 6 in my name was because in high school, kids used to call me 50 Cent. I used to fight people over 50 cents and Jaru, like literally fight people. Like,
This is
I was that fan. I was, you know, and then my crew was D Unit, and the first song I performed in school was "This Is How We Do," 50 Cent and
Fire.
The Game, you know. So like, I'm a huge fan. Like,
I feel like the D unit would beat the G unit in a fight. I don't know why. I just feel like the
Oh
D
no,
unit
for sure. But the
D unit
fact,
goes harder, bro.
that's how I was with Jay-Z with anybody growing up. I didn't even want to have the conversation if you didn't want me to talk to you for years. But I'm laughing because the whole Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
I swear, I got ups for life because of 50 Cent. For real.
Did you get an opportunity to meet him yet?
No, not yet, but soon.
Yeah,
you know,
One thing about 50 Cent, when you meet him, he only takes pictures with females.
hilarious. Well, if you're working on a certain set, did you try to get one?
I'm not going to say I did. You know, I was thinking about being like, can I get a photo? But another guy did. And then I saw it go south. I was like, I don't want a photo with you. No way.
I
And
think,
walked away.
isn't this true for all artists, especially males? Because I remember having VIP passes to Anderson .Paak. And me and my homegirl was already in this room, and then him and his crew came in his room, and he looked at me and he looked at her and he was like, I need this space. But I'm saying that because if you around girls and a man comes up to you and is like, can I get a picture? I think the vibe cuts off a little bit if you trying to talk to chicks.
I mean, I'm an observer, so I didn't catch the fade. The other guy did.
Yeah, I'm sure there was titties in 50 Cent face. He's like, hey, excuse me, titties. Can I get a picture?
So you rep 50. You have a song. Was it difficult to do a song with The Game, knowing that 50 was like, you know, your hero growing up?
Man, that all that stuff have nothing to do
You
with
like
me.
the old G Unit. I liked them when they were together,
I'm
man.
a real G Unit fan.
Yeah.
I don't want to see all
You don't
that
wanna
beef.
see
I
it.
wanted to see a new album.
And-
you know what I
and
mean?
the
Like
truth
that's
is-
what I wanted to see.
And the truth is, like, The Game and 50 Cent together just made some of the best hip hop music ever.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Any other LA artists you're collabing with for the new project?
OFB Young for
All right.
sure.
What's that song called?
It's called Crazy with a K.
Crazy with a K. All right.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
Tell us about how did that song go about and how did you connect with Young?
Me and Young actually did a song together, I think in 2022 or 2023. One of those, and we didn't even meet then. Somebody featured us on the record, and he was on it, and I was on it, and I think we shot the video in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, or 2025. And I think we connected through the video. Before then, I think we had met one at that time in the studio as well. And then there was a moment in time where we had friends in common, so we'll hang out, you know, very often. He's super cool, always fly, you know, so, you know, That's it.
Like,
And
did you steal his swag or did he steal your swag? Y'all both the flyest guys in the room. And he's even trying to look Nigerian, bro.
he definitely didn't steal my swag. He definitely didn't steal
That's
my
so
swag.
cool to me because I just think that like minds find their ways to one another.
Yeah.
So it's very dope. Y'all have a record together. We got to play it at the end of this show. All right. We're gonna play it for the audience.
Hell yeah.
And that record's out already.
Yes, it is.
Have your fans in Nigeria heard it yet?
Yes, they have. They love it.
Oh,
they
dope.
love the project. And this project is actually one of the first times in the history of Nigerian music that like a mainstream artist actually kind of like went to touch the West Coast sound in a way where it was, you know, still African and you could listen to it and feel like this is authentic music regardless of where it's coming from. So, you know, I'm really, you know, proud of it, and I love the fact that they're enjoying the records too, they're enjoying the music.
Dope.
You know. So
And
yeah,
what's your city in Nigeria? You shout out.
it's called Warri.
Warri. Shout out to all the listeners, and Warri, you have a star here. We're honored to have him. And one day, Warri, you know, Chante and I want to come. We want to see you and OFB Young perform Crazy on stage in Warri.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
You say you got over 160 songs that's been out. What version of yourself are you still trying to grow into?
The best one.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, the best one. The best is always yet to come. You know, see, the thing about music is like success. It's not a race. It's a marathon. You have to keep going. You have to keep evolving, you know? And the newer guys are always going to have the sound that is most exciting to the audience. So you always have to, you know, figure what that is. You know, it's like having a burger and then the new guys is just a new sauce. All you got to do is put it on your burger too. And, you know, they're like, I got this taste too. You know, I got this sauce too. And you know, they're rocking with it. So that's what evolving is all about, you know, for me. And I have a trajectory and a goal for how long I want to, you know, do this for. I have other goals for myself that have nothing to do with music, but music is a currency for me and I spend it in form of resources. So the bigger I am as a brand, the more resources I have to spend. Yeah. You know, so that's just going to open doors for every other thing else that I'm trying to, you know, evolve into. I would love to see myself in not like a Jay-Z or like a Kanye West, but I see myself evolving into a brand that, you know, sells products and builds, you know, products with his name, you know? So, yeah, that's like 50 Cent, for example. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what it is. It's a marathon. You know?
It's interesting because the new artists right now, I feel like all sound the same, you know, and I feel like, and I'm not passing them to you, but I feel like how do you remove that part to find yourself? You know what I mean? Because people are using like it's the autotune, it's, you know, you and not to say a lot of it isn't dope, but people start just sounding the same and it's hard for me to pinpoint who's who. So I love the fact that you got that Afro. You know, I love the idea of West Coast meets Nigeria, you know, type stuff.
I want to hear more in that direction, actually, especially with like the rise of Kendrick or the 10th rise of Kendrick.
I know.
You know, the California sound is just so in right now. I think Afrobeats is at its height with Amo Piano and all that. But if just hearing those two together and musically, it could make sense, right?
Yeah.
I would like to hear a whole. As a fan, I'd like to hear a whole album like that, like a Cali Afrobeats album.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
That is going to be hard.
I feel like, honestly speaking, and just to what you said, to touch on what you said earlier about the music sounding the same, I think it's because a lot of the A&Rs got lazy and the labels didn't know what to do with the TikTok wave. So they would go and sign an artist that had a wave but wasn't developed yet to be a superstar. And they would lose money on that and just move on to the next one. And the A&Rs, if you notice in the industry, in the US, they are Sony today and next year they are, you know, Def Jam or they are another company. So they don't last in their position. So they're trying to, every time they're in a spot, they're trying to make something happen before they leave that spot because that's the only way they could secure assets for them being there. So it's like a microwave thing happening all the way around in the industry, and that's really spawning a lot of these subpar artists. Because I've been here for, every time I come here, there's so many talents out here, and when you look at the charts, it doesn't represent the talents that are in the US.
That's real.
Yeah,
you know. So, and at the end of the day, it's the A&Rs, because the labels really dictate what the people listen to at the end of the day. Because if you spend money on the promotion, people are gonna rock with it.
Yeah,
you know, Beyonce still drops music and he still does what he does. She still tours, and so that tells you that there's a system in place for the talent.
Yeah, just like I was saying, I really would love to hear a full album that has, you know, Afrobeats and California sound incorporated into one.
Yeah, I think that falls under the category of Trapfro music, because it's like the fusion of both cultures. And I feel like that's going to play a huge part of the future of Afrobeat music and even Western hip hop music. Because just like she was saying, there's a lot of people too that I've come across that like, they don't like a lot of the content that are coming out from the hip hop music. So a lot of people are tilting. That's why Afrobeat is starting to get ears, because people just want something different. They just want to hear something fun sometimes. So I feel like merging those two cultures, because even this movement that Afrobeat is having, we're definitely appreciative of it, but reggaeton has had this moment before too.
Oh, come on now.
With them Sean Paul, you know, them Benny Man, you know what I mean? So if Afrobeat doesn't evolve into what Trapfro is, I feel like this might just be a wave, and after a while, people just get tired of it because it doesn't have as much lyrical content. That's what they really crave,
right?
From, you know, outside music. So I feel like Trapfro has a huge role, you know, to play as far as, you know, evolving Afrobeats and, you know, bridging the gap between the cultures in hip hop and
1,000%. Because how cool is it to have the thought-provoking side of it?
Yeah,
for the sound. And like you said, it's spreading. So it's being globalized. Even the Middle East right now, all the Arabic songs now, they're mixing with Afro beats, like as we speak. So, but also that's danceable music. So I really like your angle of having the thought-provoking music, the lyrical content with the dance sound. I mean, that's exciting. I wanted to bring back up Michael, because as you know, his movie's out this week. It's killing the box office. I'm actually hearing a lot of great reviews from friends. And we actually interviewed a guy who was signed to Michael, shout out Ricky Rebel. And he talked about Michael's influences in his career from the beginning all the way through the end. Do you still, when you get on that stage, do you still tap into some inner Michael?
I'm not going to lie to you. I keep, right now, one of the things that I'm trying to improve in my career is my live performances. I want them to be more impactful, regardless of how small the event is or how big it is. I keep telling my team we could always do better to make the experience better, you know? I still want that iconic outfit performance from myself like Michael had, you know, with the shiny outfit, you know, with the all white too, you know, an iconic,
put your socks up here.
You know what I mean? Like an iconic outfit that like every time people see that, they're gonna remember like this is this artist. You know what I mean?
Have you been designing it in your mind?
Yes, I have.
If you dress like this on a Wednesday, this outfit's about to be insane. Are you thinking like some futuristic stuff?
Oh, man, I'm thinking some Trapfro stuff.
Fire, man.
You know, some Trapfro stuff. It's always gonna be that fusion that's relatable, you know, for me. So yeah, man, that's what because at the end of the day, I was influenced by 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, you know, Drake. Like these are the rappers that helped me, you know, shape who Young Six is as far as rapping goes.
Who's your top 5, Young Six?
I don't have a top 5, but if there was a list, I'd be number 1 on it.
Oh yeah,
come on with the comment.
And that's why that's why you are where you are in it. And I talk about this a lot on the show, and I talked about it with Young too. And I was talking to Young, I was like, did you know from the beginning? He's like 100%. And it's the people who know, the people who have that self-belief. Like, so if anybody's listening right now and you want to know what's the secret, you might be a new artist, you might want to make it, you might be a new comedian watching Chante, you might want to make it, you might not be a big Venti, you might be a little latte trying to make it. But the one secret, and I actually caught my wave later in life because I didn't have that self-belief younger. And then once I got it, I was like, oh, yeah. Had I had this earlier, would have been a problem. Like literally the first time I got famous, it was on accident.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have self-belief. It just happened on reality TV. But like later on in life, once I had it, man, and I'm not talking about just like fame and superficial stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about making like product that's so dope that people come up to it. And I love your answer. And having that thought in your head, that's why you're constantly challenging yourself, right? Mm-hmm. And you said you have goals outside of music, brands and stuff like that. 10 years from now, all right? 10 years from now, what's one of those bigger goals that you're like, I have to hit this, I'm going to do it?
Shit. Have you ever heard about Manchester United?
Yes.
Okay, it's a company that's worth about 6 billion right now. I want to own at least 55% of that company.
These are big dreams.
That's one of my. I have it tattooed on my arm.
Whoa.
Manchester United. So like, I love it so much. It's like that. I want that to be my most expensive asset. You know. So that's my ultimate goal in life. Like I do all this and everything else around my music to get there. You know. So hopefully I can, but if I can, I want to build something as iconic as that.
Are you gonna step on the field?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure,
I love that.
What is what's like the biggest sport in Nigeria?
Soccer for sure.
Soccer.
Football. Football. It's not even soccer.
Football.
I just say soccer just because you guys are American, so you guys will not misunderstand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But yeah, football for sure.
A lot of there's like a lot of athletes actually in the U.S. get recruited from Nigeria. There's some solid athletes out there. In fact, I worked at a school once called Montrose Christian School, and there was 2 players they recruited from Nigeria, and they played alongside Kevin Durant.
Oh, wow.
So Kevin Durant, I'm not taking it away from him, but he had the Nigerians on the team with him. Man.
You don't want to mess with
They had a squad. It's so cool to me to see both musically, and even when I speak with Africans, like Nigeria is like always in the conversation, whether it's fashion, athletics, or like trends. It's like I feel like Nigeria is like the lit place to be.
Man, look, they say if you can make it in Nigeria, you can make it anywhere in the world. And that's why I'm here today.
Wow.
You know, like it's, you know, I grew up spending sometimes like 6 months, no electricity. You feel me? So when you come from that to, being able to be that guy, I mean, what else can the world try me? I already started from the bottom of the bottom. So it's like,
what's the first thing you brought?
Every other day of my for the rest of my life, I'm up. No matter what happens, I'm up for the rest of my life.
Having no electricity for 6 months. Once you made it, what's the one thing you did for yourself? A gift you gave to yourself where you're like, oh, this is what I kind of always wanted to do when you did it?
Oh, I did a lot of stuff, bro. I did a lot of stuff. I remember the first car I got, and that's why I keep telling people sometimes, and even when I pressure myself, it's one thing that keeps me going, because I know you can have one plan for yourself, but then God in the universe has 1,000 plans for you.
Yeah.
You know,
that's so humbling, bro.
Yeah.
I was begging God one day. I was famous, but I didn't, like the first 2-3 years that I was famous. After the first year, the next year was really hard for me, and then the following year was really hard for me, but I was getting more famous, but I was in a deal that didn't really let me make a lot financially. But I wasn't mad at the deal because I knew what I signed up for. I wanted the opportunity to show the world that I could do this. And that was the only opportunity I had. So it was either I take it and compromise to get there, or I just be like everybody else who had a dream but never took their chance. So I took my chance, and you know, I'll be begging God, please, if I could get even just a little car, even just a bike, so I could just move around, and then boom, you know, everything changed. I was driving past a car shop and I saw a Range Rover. I've been rapping about Range Rovers. I didn't even know the price. I was rapping about that. And then I was like, whoa.
They're more expensive than you think.
You know what I mean?
Because I was like, I went to the dealership. I was like, let me look at the Range Rover. Then they told me price. I was like, isn't the Land Rover kind of the same thing? I want that one.
You know, so I look at the car, I'm like, this red nice car. I was going to pay for another car, Mercedes, in Republic of Benin. They didn't let me do the transfer because it was past 4 p.m. and it was a different country. So I went back to Nigeria the next day. I was going to the bank in the morning. When I saw the Range Rover on the other side of the road, I'm like, yo, Told my driver, turned around, went to the car. I'm like, how much is this car? And then they told me the price. And I bought it right there, cash, you know. So that was one of the first gifts I'll say, you know, I gave myself, you know, and it's just been up, you know.
I can just imagine you holding that wheel, hitting the gas, like I'm going now.
I had the plate number 6, everything.
Oh, that's fly.
Listen, there's so many directions you can go with a livelihood like you had to face growing up. You know what I mean? So like, it's a real deal. We really don't appreciate and show gratitude enough for what we have. Even in our struggles, you know what I mean? Like I love your story. I love that journey, and I'm so glad you just stayed afloat, and kept going. That's fire.
Grind don't stop. It's like I just signed an artist like 2 years ago, and I keep telling him, I'm like, every year, like right now, we don't know the music that we're gonna be listening to in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
We don't know it. We all don't know it. We don't know if we're gonna like it. We don't know what the tune is gonna be like. But somebody's gonna have a song that we all don't know, that we're all gonna hear for the first time in our life in the next 6 months, and everybody has a chance to be that person.
I just got goosebumps listening to that.
That's real.
You know, so
Man,
that's why you can't stop.
That is so. If you're listening right now and you're an independent artist, like that's your win. Bring something that people haven't heard before, that's different, that's true to you. And there's a space for it if it's special enough.
Yeah.
And is that what when you signed your artist, what was like the first thing you looked for in an artist to sign?
Well, first of all, you got to work harder than me. I work so hard, you know, shooting. Like now, it's not just about even putting out the music anymore. It's not just about shooting a video anymore and putting it on YouTube. It's about, you know, spamming the promotion on reels, like podcasts, like every kind of way. Like, I don't care if I get one more new fan from just one fan from doing this. That's one fan I never had before. And maybe I would have never had access to that person if I didn't sit down with you guys. So everybody matters to me, because every fan, somebody can only Shazam your music if somebody else is playing it. Yeah. So who's that one person playing it? That person matters to me. So, you know, that's the promotion mindset. So I look like for that, like, you got to be ready to shoot this content, bro. Like, we got 365 days. I need 200 videos from you. You know, 1 minute videos, 200, because I'm going to shoot 200 videos. You know, you go to my page, you see content all day. It's like, even when I can't shoot content, I improvise with, like, I'm like, yo, what we got? Send me some funny stuff. Like, let's post something.
And that's important to keep the music moving?
Even if it's just 1,000 views you get, if they put 1,000 people in this street, there's going to be traffic all over LA. You know, so that's everybody matters.
Everybody a real matters. Thing, man.
That's what Chante tries to tell me about the content.
Well, you know, it's so crazy. Two things. I don't care when you realize your talent, if you're still breathing and moving and you can still perform. You know, I think everybody has different stages in their life that they can represent. So, like, even when I was younger in my career and people would complain about getting older, I'm like, you are a completely different person with a completely different audience that you can gear to. And the younger generation has someone older than them that's like you. So it's just a different perspective. You're not young anymore. Now you've actually lived life and you can create a show around that. But recently was so amazing. Yet I just shot this special for Hulu. And the crazy thing is, thank you so much. For so long, I said, you know, I wasn't getting certain opportunities, and I said, I'm gonna just get out and I'm gonna shoot my special. I got an hour that I think is solid, and I'm gonna shoot it this year. And I kept saying that, and then I got hit up to do a half hour, and I was sitting there literally. I'm going 2 months. I'm gonna shoot my special in this city. And then I get this call, and I say that because my ego before was, man, I ain't shooting this. What is it going to do? Like, and when I mean what is it going to do is you think movies and, you know, all this stuff, I'm going to sell out shows. That's what you think when you're a younger comedian, you're pushing forward. And then you see like certain things don't really catapult your career. So So I could have been stuck in that demeanor, like, man, like the stand-up world is saturated, blah, blah, blah. Let me shoot this thing, build my own audience, which I still think is dope. My point being is, I said, this set that I'm doing, if I keep waiting, I feel like I'm not gonna do it. Or the topic around it is starting to come out. So I was like, you've done this before. You shot a special 2019. You got material. You live. Don't be afraid to give this up because it's only gonna help you grow and be a beast. And I did it. And so I loved what you said about just taking that contract, because again, I'm like, shooting this special, I made this amount of money, and what y'all offering over here is literally nothing to me. And well, it's something to me, but it's nothing to where that money was. But it's not about that. And what you said of the 1 fan, 2 fans, whatever it brings, that's enough to continue to build. So I admire that. That was a long-winded, but I felt all what you said.
I love it. And it just sounds
that.
like success in the room. Young Six, congrats on all your international success, and Chante and I, we're excited to see what you do in LA, what you do in the US. When you come to tour here, we'll be in the front row.
Come on now.
And do you have a message? Because you said that every fan counts. So if someone watching you for the first time right now, do you have a message you want to send to them?
Man, go check out my music. And I always tell people, because in this time in the world, a lot of people are going through a lot, So I always like to remind people that their challenges are only as big as their dreams. So keep dreaming, If you don't want no challenges, stop dreaming.
Come on now.
It's that easy.
I love it.
Bars.
And for Warren and the people in Nigeria and the native tongue, do you want to say a message to them here from LA? Send them some love.
Shout out to my people in Nigeria. I know the matter now. Swagalomo on a spaceship representing Warri. You don't see Nigeria all the way. We out here. Warri to LA album out soon. Big 6 out now. Go check it out.
I love it. And big love from Chante and I in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Thank you so much for stopping by, man. We
Thank you guys
appreciate
for
you,
having
brother.
me. I really
That's
appreciate it.
amazing.
Really appreciate it.